If you average out the View hosts, among the dumbest people on television.
Sunny's dumb. Certainly not the brightest person. And what she just said just doesn't make any sense. It's just like so silly to say. It's not a well thought out.
All right, everyone, get ready for a story that's sending shockwaves through the media world right now. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. Former First Lady Melania Trump has officially filed a high-stakes lawsuit against the hosts of The View, demanding a staggering $100 million in damages. Yes, you heard that right. $100 million.
As you may heard, I filed a few lawsuits and I'm in the court now because they accuse me of doing stuff that I never did in my life, and they wrote lies, and I will not allow that. I will fight till the end because I don't want that they damage my reputation and my name.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all agree on that. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the First Lady anymore.
This legal showdown is nothing short of extraordinary, with ripple effects already being felt across television networks, legal circles, and social media. Everyone is left asking the same burning question: what exactly happened to ignite such a dramatic legal battle? Well, let us take a closer look and break it all down. Here is what we know so far. The lawsuit stems from a recent episode of The View, where the hosts made a series of comments about Melania Trump that can only be described as explosive. These remarks, aired live to millions of viewers, were personal, pointed, and, to some, outrageous enough to spark this unprecedented legal response. During the broadcast, the panel of hosts turned their discussion toward Melania's time as First Lady. Their opinions were far from mild. One host openly questioned whether Melania had ever truly embraced her role in the White House, suggesting that she appeared disinterested and even reluctant in her duties. Would you like me to make it sound more like a news anchor script, slightly more dramatic pacing and tone cues, or keep it formal and journalistic as it is?
I saw you on The View.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's been overwhelming my past couple days. So I just went in there, did my thing. I had no idea what to expect. I didn't know who Sunny Hostin was. I actually still really don't know. So I wasn't expecting necessarily for her to kind of try to ambush me in that way and attack my character in that way.
Well, it is the show that people love to hate.
Yes, that's true.
They get so much hate watching viral clips of them saying ridiculous things.
The conversation took a sharp turn into speculation about Melania's personal life, particularly her relationship with her husband, former President Donald Trump. The hosts implied that Melania might not even like her husband, throwing around assumptions about the dynamics of their marriage. And then, as if the comments were not already controversial enough, they moved on to critique her choices during her tenure in the White House. They criticized her redecoration efforts, questioned her taste, and even took aim at her approach to cherished traditions like Christmas. Their words painted an unflattering picture of a First Lady who, in their view, seemed disengaged, dissatisfied, and struggling to meet public expectations. Naturally, these remarks struck a nerve with Melania Trump, who has long been protective of her public image and private life. In her lawsuit, she is making it clear that she believes these comments went too far, crossing the line from opinion into defamation. And with $100 million on the line, she is not holding anything back. This is not just another celebrity spat. It is shaping up to be a landmark case that could redefine the boundaries of free speech in daytime television. It is also raising serious questions about how far talk shows can and should go when discussing public figures. For now, the tension is palpable, and all eyes are on what happens next. Melania Trump is not staying silent. She is stepping up in a big way, filing a defamation lawsuit against The View that claims the host's statements were not just false, they were deeply damaging to her reputation. This is not just about hurt feelings for Melania. This is about protecting her name, her image, and what she sees as an outright attack on her character. She has made it clear she believes the remarks crossed a line, and she is ready to fight back in court. But the drama does not end there. Enter Joe Rogan, the podcasting powerhouse and media provocateur. Never one to shy away from controversy, Rogan weighed in on the situation, and let's just say, he did not mince words. On a recent episode of his podcast, Rogan blasted The View, accusing the show of blatant hypocrisy. He reminded listeners of a time, not so long ago, when Donald and Melania Trump were guests on that very same show, warmly welcomed with cheers, hugs, and smiles from the hosts. Fast forward to today, and Rogan pointed out the stark contrast. The same show that once celebrated the Trumps now appears to have made them public enemy number one. Rogan did not hold back, calling it a calculated narrative flip, one driven more by political agendas than by any genuine principle. And he did not stop there. Rogan took aim at The View itself, accusing it of prioritizing sensationalism over meaningful discussion. In his signature, no-holds-barred style, he quipped, "If you average out the IQ of the hosts on The View, you might still struggle to hit triple digits."
Ouch.
Unsurprisingly, his audience ate it up, sparking even more debate across social media. So, why does this all matter? Beyond the headline-grabbing drama, this case raises some critical questions about the limits of free speech and the responsibilities of media outlets. What can and cannot be said about public figures? If Melania wins this lawsuit, it could set a precedent that reshapes how public figures are discussed in the media. The case could redefine the boundaries of commentary, forcing shows like The View to tread more carefully when discussing personal lives, marriages, and other sensitive topics. It is worth noting that The View is no stranger to controversy. The show thrives on heated debates and polarizing opinions. But this situation feels different. This is not just another spat or awkward on-air moment. This is the former First Lady of the United States taking one of America's most-watched talk shows to court over a $100 million defamation claim. The stakes could not be higher. And let's not forget the timing. As Melania files this lawsuit, Donald Trump is once again dominating the headlines, but for entirely different reasons. Whether it is his ongoing political ambitions or other controversies, the Trump family remains at the center of public attention, for better or worse. Melania's legal battle adds yet another layer to their already complex and polarizing legacy. Speculation is swirling about whether this lawsuit is more than just a reaction to the comments. Could it be part of a larger strategy to shift the media spotlight back to Melania, especially with all the political heat surrounding her husband, Donald Trump? Whether this move is calculated or simply fueled by frustration, one thing is certain. This story has layers, and we are only beginning to peel them back. Let's revisit those explosive comments. One host on The View did not just suggest dissatisfaction. She outright claimed that Melania hates her husband and doesn't even want to live in the same house with him. Seriously, that moment left viewers and critics alike in disbelief, thinking, did they really just say that? It was one of those jaw-dropping, did I hear that right? Moments that sparked immediate controversy. What's especially striking is how swiftly Melania decided to take legal action. Typically, high-profile figures let these kinds of remarks roll off their backs, perhaps issuing a brief statement to address the controversy. But not Melania. She's not letting this slide. By filing this lawsuit, she's making it clear that she's not just seeking an apology or a retraction. She's demanding accountability. This is about more than clearing her name. It's about setting a precedent. She's drawing a firm line in the sand, sending a message about what's acceptable in public discourse and what crosses the line. Melania isn't looking for a quick fix or a temporary distraction. With $100 million at stake, this is a full-blown legal battle aimed at protecting her reputation for the long haul. And let's be clear, this isn't some PR stunt to drum up headlines. Melania is treating this as a serious issue, emphasizing that the host's comments caused real harm to her. This isn't just about hurt feelings or public disagreement. It's about the tangible damage to her image and how she's perceived by the public. So, what does all of this mean for the rest of us? It forces us to confront some big, uncomfortable questions. Where's the line between free speech and defamation? When does commentary about a public figure stop being fair game and start becoming harmful? In an age where every word can be amplified and dissected, this lawsuit may set a legal precedent that could change how media outlets navigate these gray areas. The stakes are high, not just for Melania or The View, but for media and public discourse as a whole. With so much riding on the outcome, this isn't just another celebrity spat. It's a case that could redefine the boundaries of modern commentary, and everyone's watching to see where the chips will fall. As this legal drama continues to unfold, the stakes couldn't be higher for everyone involved. Melania Trump's $100 million lawsuit against The View is not just another headline-grabbing feud. It's a pivotal moment that could reshape public discourse, media responsibility, and even the definition of free speech itself. At its core, this case is about much more than hurt feelings. It's about accountability, reputation, and the undeniable power of words in an age where every statement can go viral within seconds. For Melania, this lawsuit is her way of drawing a clear line in the sand. It's not just about addressing a single incident. It's about reclaiming her narrative and making a powerful statement that even public figures, no matter how high-profile, are entitled to a degree of respect and truthfulness in how they're portrayed. Filing such a high-stakes lawsuit isn't just a bold move, it's a deliberate one. It shows she's unwilling to let damaging claims about her personal life go unchecked. For The View, this lawsuit is a reckoning of sorts. The show has always thrived on lively debates, controversial opinions, and hot takes. But this case forces the hosts, producers, and even the network to confront a harsh reality. When does commentary cross the line into defamation? It's a question that doesn't just apply to them, it applies to the entire media landscape. This lawsuit serves as a wake-up call about the responsibility that comes with having a platform capable of reaching millions. The implications of this legal battle extend far beyond Melania and The View. It raises urgent questions for all of us about the nature of public discourse. What's fair game when it comes to discussing public figures? Where do we draw the line between free speech and defamation? And perhaps most importantly, in an era where headlines dominate and narratives shift in the blink of an eye, how do we ensure accountability without stifling honest conversation? And let's not forget the $100 million price tag attached to this case. That figure alone is enough to make jaws drop, and it signals just how serious this battle really is. If Melania's legal team succeeds, it could set a precedent that changes how media outlets handle sensitive topics. It could force not only talk shows, but also news networks, podcasts, and social media platforms to think twice before diving into the personal lives of public figures. For now, the outcome remains uncertain, but the impact is already rippling through the media world. Even as the lawsuit progresses, the mere act of filing it has sparked countless discussions about media ethics, personal boundaries, and the consequences of words spoken in the heat of the moment. So, what's next? Will this lawsuit lead to a massive settlement? Will The View issue a public apology? Or will this case drag out for months, leaving everyone involved in limbo? Only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, this story is far from over, and the lessons it offers are only just beginning to unfold. Now, before we wrap up, we want to hear from you. Do you think Melania is justified in her lawsuit, or is this just a high-profile overreaction? What do you think this means for the future of media and public discourse? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the stories that matter most. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, and we'll see you.